Okay. We'll see how many people show up. And hopefully the shadow is not too bad. Since the light's over my head. It's kind of bright, but we'll see if that works. All right, good. Well, I'm going to color. I'm just going to use color pencils for now. And it's kind of loud. Can you hear the music that I've got going on in the background? I intentionally don't want it to be too loud. And also, can you hear my stomach growling? Hopefully you can't hear my stomach growling either. Or this chair. This is the image that iHutto put together. Although there's two yellows, I think this one needs to be pink, but that was nice of them. We'll do two different yellows. There we go. Might have to get the markers out. These aren't very bright pencils. Or maybe just because I haven't used them in a while. I only have one purple, so I guess that's what color these are going to be. If you can actually see, yeah, you can see what I'm coloring. don't think you can really see the shading, but there is shading there. This can be dark. I'm gonna switch over. Not really feeling like coloring pencils right now. So instead, I stamped some things yesterday, so I happen to color today. I'll leave that over there. Didn't stamp any of these. I did not. Well, did those. Can you see? There's a kitty. So, did I stamp any of the cat? Maybe not. Okay, guess I'm gonna have to stamp the cat. Sorry for the noise. Actually going to stamp a couple of them. Maybe color them different colors. I don't know. Oops. Uh-oh. He doesn't want to stay. Okay. Sometimes the stamps are really thin. Won't actually reach the platform, so I put some paper underneath it There we go. Exactly why I like this platform, because if I don't stamp it right the first time, I can re-ink it and go over it again. And one more. If you joined us, please say hello. And are you going to be crafting today? Or maybe just enjoying some naps? That little corner of his ear is not touching, so pressing from underneath. There you go. Oh, Hazy, what are you crafting today? What are you working on first? I'm going to be trying to work on a couple of things, but I'm going to start with just some stamping. That way I at least have something to color. And I need to get my cleaning rag. Again, sorry for the noise. I actually had to pack up everything and shove it into bags, so I'm pulling things out of different bags. Okay. Cleaning that and then drying it off. Put those over there, and a foam thing. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna put this aside. And well, I guess maybe while I have it out here, I might as well stamp some more things and then I can color. I've got a couple of plants and a dog and a cat out of brown and out of black. I don't know how that's gonna go. This one, because this one's kind of easy. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. avocados and tacos. There we go. So I'm going to grab some paper. Uh-oh. Who's calling? Nope, we're crafting right now. Let's turn that down. Okay, let's see. So now I have to cut this down. This is where it starts getting crowded, because you start having too many things. Okay. Here is my little cutting tool. Put that over there for now. Okay. I'm just going to cut this in half. And put this down here. Get my little stamping thing. What looks so cool? The stamping thing or the cutter? Where'd it go? Okay. Let's make sure you can see that. Sorry, I'm just trying a couple of things here. Okay. Uh-oh. That's weird. Who's calling? Well, that's not good. We're going to turn the ringer down on that. Let's see. Okay. So there's a couple of technical things. I'm just trying to make sure I can see your comments. Okay, let's go back to stamping. And my coffee's getting cold. Okay, so I've got a taco and a cactus and an avocado. I guess I can do all of them. And then I'll just have to cut them out later. If I leave enough space, then I can cut out a couple of them out of the same paper. Oops. Some lint. Okay, we're going to try that. I'm just using the same ink. I like this one because it works with alcohol ink and watercolor, and it doesn't smear. Oops. Okay, not great. It's okay. I'll do it again. Oh, I bet I know why. This magnet's too far. Better. Still needs more. Okay. Hi, Michelle. Yes, if I can get some of these stamped. I stamped a few things yesterday before I left. I stamped just a couple things. I did bring some more stamps with me. So sometimes I just stamp and color, and then later on I put the cards together. I need to make some birthday ones. I'm kind of running out of those at the studio, so. Are you making anything today? I'm pressing from the bottom, sorry, from the bottom and the top, because for some reason the stamps are not making contact. But that's okay. I think I have a marker that I can probably fudge it a little bit. Also, did anyone try to brave it to the grocery store this morning? Or are you just kind of at the point where you have what you have? Sorry, I keep getting out of the frame. All right, so since I have those, I can actually see if I can flip it around. Not quite. I can see if I can fit just a couple more. I'm going to cut these out by hand anyway, so should be okay. No, I was kind of cheating. They're still got a little bit of ink on them. So I'm kind of placing them down without moving them around too much, or I'll get the extra ink on the paper. Yeah, there you go. And then I'm just laying them down, and then I'm putting the magnets back on so that the paper won't move. Okay, you can barely see it, but there's a little bit of black left over. That's why I didn't want to let it make contact with the paper very much until I was sure that I was going to put it down. I will probably be on for like another 30 minutes and then take a break and then come back. I'll probably do a couple of hour sessions. I don't know, just in case anybody's cleaning or crafting, and just feels better when you're not sitting by yourself. Ah, Charlie Brown. I normally say don't do CPR on like this. That's the joke, right? Not to do CPR on it, but sometimes you have to press from the bottom and on the top, just because the stamps are all different thicknesses. Or like this, I might move over there just to make sure that this one is making contact. So I'm actually going to press it from the top and the bottom. But also realizing the bread thing, was there actually bread? Like a lot, or did people really pick it over? Huh, interesting. That didn't make contact. So I'm going to press it from the bottom and the top. Somewhat. I might have to ink it up again. Man, I haven't used these in a while, so I guess they're mad at me. All right, I'm going to do the trick I did earlier. And normally I don't move it, but since I have two, it's not a big deal. Or two copies. I'm going to stick another couple of pieces of paper underneath it to give it lift. And then I'm going to try it again. I might mess it up because I might have shifted the paper, but we'll see. It's just paper and ink, so we have plenty. Okay, that's better. That part right there still needs it, and that part right there. So I'm going to pick it up. Okay. All right, well, at this point, I'm just going to draw it in with the pen because no sense in fussing with it for that long. Going to clean them and put them back. There are some cute sayings on here. Like, let's avocado talk about awesome, and we stick together, which is cute. Okay. I'm missing a heart somewhere. I bet that's somewhere in the studio. Okay. Put them back in here. Now, the cool thing about these is this actually has a die that will cut out, in fact, let me show you what that does. Now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, Michelle, you missed this. I started coloring the image from iHutto, but I don't know. Color pencils just weren't doing it for me today, so. All right, so I'm going to take these out. And take this, put these over here. So I have, where is it? There we go. Oops, now to find a little, got all kinds of little tools. Like I said, I shoved everything in my bag yesterday, so hopefully I can find, hopefully I can find them. I think I did. Okay, so we need this. See if I can get it all on screen here. And we need scissors. Where did I put the scissors? Oh, here they are. Okay. All right. Pardon the noise. I'm moving a lot of things in here. Okay. So this is a little die cutting machine. And what I'm going to do has this little lever. Oops. So it's got like a little suction. So as long as the surface is flat and like a table, then I press it down and then this keeps it from moving. So then I'm going to take, this will actually cut out the avocado and the taco. Sadly, I don't have the one for the cactus, which would have been nice, but that's fine. We just have to make sure that the paper that goes through it is narrow. It's more narrow, yeah, than this little plate. So that's what I'm going to do right here. Let's take that one. And I'm actually going to cut them all apart because why not? I'll just hand cut those. Those are not that hard actually. With the right scissors, it's not too bad. Okay. Put these aside. Now, you're going to notice I have tape here. There's a reason for it. Because when you put the little die over, sometimes it can shift. So you put a piece of painter's tape because it won't tear the paper as easily. Then you take it and you put it at an angle. You try not to put it straight on or straight on this way because it can kind of bend. That's just a piece of thin metal, so it can kind of bend it. So put it in it kind of at an angle as best you can. And then we put, oops, I'm actually going to put a piece of tape so that it won't move as it goes through. So I put the tape to hold the paper and the die together, and then I'm going to hold the die onto the platform, the little plate. And yes, it is going to scratch it up, but that's fine. And then we take it in there and we roll it through. It's kind of squeaky, sorry. And there's a little crack. Take that top one off. And there you go. Most of the time I will color them before. If there's a bunch that I'm doing, then I'll cut them out before and then I'll color them. If it's just one or two, then I'll color them and then cut them out. Reason for that is if you're not careful, you can actually like misalign it, I guess. See how the paper tore? So you always want to put the tape on the outside. And I did bring more painter's tape, so. All right, so, and another quick kind of tip is if you're not sure about the alignment, you can actually place one that you've done over it, then put the die, and then tear this piece and pull it out of the way. So that makes it so that you know exactly where it's going to cut. All right, I'm already collecting trash here. Hold on. Where's my taco? There we go. So I'm going to move this over just a little bit. What I'm probably going to do is another 15 minutes. I'll do this and then I'll come back probably about 3 o'clock. I need to eat some food. I didn't eat breakfast this morning. Not unusual, but I am getting hungry. So, all right. So because I may not have a lot of room to put it on there, I'm going to actually cut this a little bit more. Just so I have space to like turn it on its side. There we go. Okay. More painter's tape. Okay. All right. Now, so painter's tape, if it's too sticky, it's not a big deal. Just take it and either put it on like the back of your hand. It takes off a little bit of the sticky. So, let's see. And I'm sorry that it's kind of dark in here. I'm trying to put light on without feeling like I'm in an interrogation room. All right, I'm gonna do that. And then again, I'm gonna stick this down so it won't move. All right, yeah, I'll tell you more about that later. Okay. Oh, it's moving. Okay, so I'm gonna tighten that down again. It just makes it easier when you're trying to crank it through. All right. Let's see, got that. Oh, see, that one didn't take the paper off quite as much. All right. There you go. Isn't that cool? And also this one came off a little bit, but not nearly as much as the first one. That really, I don't know if you can tell, but that really tore that one. All right, oh, where's my trash can? Okay, so we're gonna take these, and I always keep the extra ones and just keep reusing them. All right, let's go through and cut out the tacos. Take this. Okay, so avocado's done. Put it back. These are really easy to lose, so I'm gonna put it right back in here. Oh, dang it. Okay. And we'll put this back in here as well. Yeah, so I'll color these. Maybe, Michelle, I'll make a card after I eat. All right. Now, you might have noticed that it cuts like a little white border. Some people like it, some don't. You can always cut it closer if you want. The dies are just going to always put, these dies right here are going to put the white border. But there are some that cut like right on the line. which is nice, but if you're not careful, you do all that coloring, you can actually cut into your coloring, and that sucks after all that work. Okay, so again, putting it in there, and I'm just going to crank it through. And I think I might have to clean the bottom of my little die cutting machine. I think it's and it maybe needs some WD-40. I'm gonna wipe it off. Sometimes when it gets dust, then yeah, it may not have a good suction. There we go. Okay. So now see, this one wasn't exact. It cut a little closer to the side, but that's fine. They're handmade or hand cut. So, all right. I am gonna put that there. Good enough. And I'm actually moving it. You may not be able to see that. The white outline, that's from the paper getting cut and kind of shoved into that crease. So I'm actually going to move it over here. And sometimes I'll turn it over to the other side. You keep one a little less cut into, and then the other one gets cut into. You can switch them around. It just makes them last a little bit longer. Okay. All right. Cut this one. There you go. There's a taco. So now I have more things that I can color after I come back from lunch. Put this there. Now, for the ones that I'm pulling my other scissors, for the ones that don't have a die, you can actually cut them. Oh, hey, Veronica. Welcome. Now, I'm going to be leaving here in a little bit, but I'll be back on. I just am finishing doing some die cutting. I don't know what for lunch. I did learn how to make flautas. My mom recently showed me a really quick and fun way to make them that was easy enough for my brain. And those are really good. So we do have some shredded chicken. I might do that since tacos came to mind. All right, so I'm gonna put this with my pile of other things that I can color. I don't want beans and weenies, which my IT support is suggesting. I don't know that I want that. Does anybody else really have to be like in the mood for like beans and weenies, or is that like somebody's go-to meal? I'm trying to think what else might be good right now. Rice and chicken. I know it's kind of plain, but it's easy. Okay, so let me move this out of the way. Now, can you see this right here? Okay, well, first off, it didn't, for whatever reason, the ink would not stick to that. So I'm going to take a marker at some point and just make a little line. No big deal. But these are my favorites. These are Cutter Bee scissors. I don't know if they really sell them anymore or they have a knockoff version of them, but they're really nice for cutting. So, oh, a quesadilla. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Now I'm distracted by the food. Okay, so what you're gonna do, let's say I want to cut these together and I want to leave a little border. So I'm actually going to, and this is a trick that I learned, is turn the paper, keep your scissors in the same spot, and turn your paper. And it does not have to be perfect. You're going to put it on a card. People are going to love it. Or put them on a bookmark. You can cut some things out and tape them or glue them to a bookmark. All I'm doing is like leaving a little bit of a border around it. And I'm moving the paper. I'm not moving the scissors. If I want to get really fancy, I can go around those little spines. What are they called? Somebody tell me. The little sticky parts. That's it. That's all you're doing is you're turning the paper. And if you're in a kind of a weird corner, turn it where it makes sense to you. There you go. And that's it. That took all of like spines. Interns and spines are needles. See, I don't know if the intern picked up cornbread when he went to the store. I don't know. It was kind of nuts. So, oh, sorry. Intern says it's too blurry. Okay. Can you see? Okay. All right. All right. Now we're going to time ourselves. Where's the timer? Let's see how long it takes to actually cut this out. All right. I'm going to watch off to the side. I can't really start it myself. Oops. Stopwatch, stop, reset it, and go. All right, make sure I'm on camera so you guys can see. Also, Veronica, what are you working on craft-wise today? Might pull out the embroidery later today. I'm not sure yet. I haven't done that in a while. I could actually trace one of the stamps and do like an embroidery of cactus. See, that's kind of, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of too far for me. So I'm going to go in, and if I can't get into that corner, I just turn it around and go from the other direction. And then continue. There are some kids screaming outside, and I don't know why. All right, timer says, wait, is that a minute? Oh, see, I thought that was less than a minute. All right, probably because I'm talking. All right, a minute, 10 seconds. And there you go. Scrappy, oh, Rita. Rita. Hope she's doing well. Okay, so now I have all of these things, and I have a bunch of other things. Oh, I stamped out some plants. Of course, if you want to get fancy, you can actually cut in here. I could probably show that later too, but if not, you have little, I don't know what kind of plants those are. I'm not a plant person, but they're cute. So I've got kitty cats, and I'm sure, and I have dogs and all that. So it is currently 2:10, and I'm gonna go eat something, and I'll try to be back on about 3 o'clock, maybe 3:30. I'll grab some more things, try to, I don't know, maybe alcohol markers. If I stamp these on like watercolor paper, then I can do them with either some watercolor actual watercolor or some inks, some water-based or water reactive inks. So I don't know if you guys have eaten, but if you haven't, go eat and stay hydrated. And then I will be back on and we'll do some more crafting. Okay, bye for now.